Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie. You're new on this channel, thank you for coming, and you're an old subscriber, thank you for coming back. And in this video I'll be teaching you or showing you how to draft a pattern for an off the shoulder sleeve, dress, top, whatever. It's actually a cut together kind of pattern, and this particular picture on the screen, I use the same method I use it in this video to make it, and this bustier dress as well. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, ensure you do so, and also turn on the notification bell for notifications each time I upload new videos. Now let's get started. These are the tools I'll be using: my marker pen, my scissors, my curve. I'll be using this part of this curve, and also my ruler is also a curve, so I'll be using the straight part. Then my tape measure as well. Okay, this is my basic bodice pattern. I'll be dropping the link on how to draft this basic bodice pattern in the description box. Now the shoulder is being extended as shown. You extend the shoulder by 2.5 inches. So, and you place your straight ruler on the line just as shown, and draw another line from that point down, and this value is 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. Okay, so from this point, this 1.5 inches mark, you draw your new neckline. Okay, so I'm just going to drop the neck by 2 inches more to make 5 inches. So I'll be using my curve ruler to connect this point together. That is my new neckline. Okay, so this is what I have, is an off the shoulder, so it's going to move away completely from the shoulder. Okay, so now you place your ruler this way. It is very important you place your ruler this way if you do not have a set square. So, and you mark 1.5 inches again. The first line is 1.5, and the second line is also 1.5. So then you measure 1.5 on the curve part as well, straight. Okay, don't follow the curve, and you connect as shown. So this is how you connect it, and now you are going to place your curve. This part of the curve is very important. You can do it with your free hand, but I prefer to use this part to curve it to join my armhole curve. Okay, so you just do it as shown in this video. Okay, so this is how you do it, and now we have a new sleeve, or an extended kind of sleeve. It's going to be off shoulder. So now you are going to drop the armhole depth, the armhole, you are going to drop it by 1/2 inch. If you will be attaching the rest of the sleeve, maybe probably flare or pleat sleeve or whatever, so you are going to be dropping it by 1/2 inch as shown. Now there's a possibility that there could be gaping on the neckline, so to reduce gaping or to remove it completely, just get the midpoint of the shoulder and connect to your nipple point straight down as shown. Okay, so now that you have done this, you will have to remove a dart. Okay, you insert a dart of 1/2 inch, that is 1/4 inch on both sides of this line. So this is what you have. So this is going to be hidden. Okay, it's not going to be sewn. Now this part is off, we don't need this part again. All right, so this is what we have now. This on the back, this is the back pattern. I'm going to extend the shoulder just the way I did on the front pattern. Okay, so Now you extend it, of course, by 2.5 inches, and you place your straight ruler as well and bring it down by 1.5 inches. Okay, so this is where the line will get to. This is my 1.5 inches mark. Now I'm going to connect it to the center back to have my new neckline. So this is also like 5 inches. You can reduce it, you can increase it. It depends on what you have, what you want, I mean. So now I'm going to be connecting it as shown to have my new neckline. Okay, you know, when you are dropping your neck, or when you have a kind of low neck, there could be somehow gaping on the neck. So just try as much as you can to reduce it to the barest minimum. Okay, now I'm going to place my ruler this way again, of course the same thing I did on the front pattern, and I'm going to measure 1.5 inches and do the same on the curve and join these 2 lines or 2 points together with a line. So now I'm going to be placing this part of my curve, you know, is very important. Okay, so now I'm going to be curving it from probably the midpoint of this line. Okay, curving, you do exactly the same on the front pattern as well. Okay, now that I've achieved this, and I'm going to be reducing or inserting a kind of dart, okay, like 1/4 inch. Can you see 1/4 inch? So from this point I'm going to just blend it to the rest of the center back. Can you see? So now of course I'm going to be having a new zip allowance. Okay, that will come later. Now I will drop the armhole. Yeah, I will drop this curve by 1/2 inch because I did it on the front pattern. So this is necessary if you are attaching a sleeve, and the only sleeve that is best for this kind of pattern is a loose sleeve. Okay, now this is what I have, so just blend it as shown, and now I'm going to be ensuring that I have the same value on the 2 patterns. Okay, so from this point and from that point must be the same, okay, on both patterns. I hope you can understand my point. We don't want to have a different pattern entirely, we want to have the same. So this must be the same with this. Okay, the 2 must be of the same measurement or value. Okay, this is very important. All right, so now I'm going to be doing the cutting. So this is the next step for me. Okay, so I'm going to be extending, of course, this my waist dart up to the nipple point. So you extend it that way, and now I can cut. Normally, I am supposed to cut the side of the dart, not from the middle. Okay, so next, the one you'll be doing on your own, make sure you cut from the side. Okay, so because this is like a guide, so that you won't end up making mistakes in trying to hide your dart. Okay, so but for the waist dart, because we are transferring this little dart we have on the neckline to the waist dart. Okay, you can see that I was a bit confused on where to, you know, place the line. So that was why I decided to do the right thing. So just cut off the side following this line so that you know where or how to place your dart. So just make sure you place it, yes, on the next line. I hope you understand my point. It is very important you do it accordingly and the right way. Okay, so now I'm going to be using a tape to cover up and to stabilize my pattern. So now by doing this, we can see that there is a kind of opening on the waist dart. So this shows that this dart that I've successfully, this dart that I've hidden or that is hidden now has been transferred to the waist dart. That is why there is a kind of increase or opening on the waist dart. Can you see? So there won't be any, exposed seam or dart on my final dress or top or whatever you want to make with this pattern. So now I'm going to ensure that when I'm sewing these darts, I should stop, or you must stop on the right part, which is like 1 inch down from your nipple point. This is very important. Your dart must not be sewn to your nipple point. So you can even drop it down with probably 1.5 inches or 1 3/4 inches. So I think that's the maximum you can do. Okay, so but for this pattern I'm going to be doing 1 inch from the nipple point down. So that is where my dart stop. So I'm cutting now, and you have to fold in your side dart so that you can cut neatly and it won't affect your pattern. Now that I've folded it, just blend up from the original point, okay, the chest line down. So just blend it and cut out as shown. Beautiful. So can you see that my pattern is taking shape already? And it's like this shape or look is a bit strange, but it's going to look good when you finish sewing it. It's a very simple method of drafting and off the shoulder, and you can even make use of this pattern for a native dress, maybe bustier or wedding dress. Just be creative with your patterns. So now I'm going to be adding 1/4 inch on the armhole, then 1/2 inch on other parts. Okay, on the armhole, the new armhole curve, 1/4 inch. This is important. Then the rest you are going to measure. You're going to add 1/2 inch sewing or seam allowance. So now I'm going to be cutting this out. I'm going to be coming out by 1 inch. Of course, my new zip allowance must also be inserted. This is very important because I have removed about 0.25 inch from the center back. So this has affected my allowance for the zipper. Okay. So I'm going to be folding in and cutting out the neckline. So when you are cutting your back, especially where there is zip, you must fold in so that it will follow, the zip allowance will also follow the curve of your neckline. Okay, so from there you cut. Now this point that I'm cutting, this new armhole, ensure you add 1/4 inch as sewing allowance if you are adding your sleeve. Okay, while the other part will have 1/2 inch sewing or seam allowance. Please take note of that. But if you're not adding a sleeve, then you can add your 0.5 or half an inch allowance. Okay, so now that I have a new zip allowance, which is 1 inch, I'm going to be cutting off the unwanted parts, okay, to have a final look. Now this is my pattern. You see how lovely it's looking. So this is my zip allowance, and add half an inch, 0.25 inch, yes, to this part, then other part half an inch allowance. And for the front pattern as well, you add your sewing allowance to it. This is important. So thanks for watching. This patterns can be used for a native dress or used for anything. Thank you so much.